receivers are going to have really good careers for Miami. It just because I think Redding is the best doesn't make it so that I think Restrepo is going to struggle. This is a very, very good group of freshman wide receivers that we may see one or two have a few plays this year, but come a year or two, it's going to be a very, very deep and very talented wide receiving core.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I'm really happy with this whole wide receiving core. So
good deal. Okay, think we have time for one more question.
Yeah, I got a decent one. Let me see. Okay, I feel like we'll probably have the same answers. This is from Tyler Chumley. Which game in the upcoming 2020 season excites you the most, and which game worries you the most?
Oof.
I feel like there's two. I feel like there's an obvious answer for both of these.
Yeah, and there I feel like there's multiple obvious answers for both of them. For me, I mean the game that I'm always the most excited for is FSU. That it's FSU, and I'll most likely be at that game and hopefully push that winning streak to 4. I'm also very, very excited about the UNC game. Very, very excited about that. Because I think we could bring out the blackout jerseys. I think it could, if both teams play up to how they're supposed to up until October 24th, I feel like it could be a primetime, really big game like how Miami Virginia Tech was a few years ago.
Oh, the rumor is that they're actually going back to the smoke jerseys with the orange helmet.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I will. I'll shut up.
That was funny, though. I mean, that was good because you knew it would get a reaction.
I did. I got you figured out, Marshall.
Okay, which one excites you the most?
I'm going FSU excites me the most, and UNC scares me the most. I just, it's FSU. Of course, I'm gonna get hyped for it. There's nothing better than null tears, as I call it. When they're crying on Twitter and wanting to fire their coach and just feeling like the sky is falling, there's nothing better, man.
They're such idiots. They're such losers.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. If you told me that I could go on a date with the prettiest girl in Hollywood, or just watch Florida State Seminole fans have a meltdown, I'd rather watch the meltdown.
Well, I need I need a date really badly, so I might pick the first one. But as far as games that scare me, it's always I'm really afraid of Michigan State. I'll be completely honest.
I don't blame you.
And then also Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech frighten me just because they're road games.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech has always scared the living bejesus out of me. Even though they don't run the option anymore. And then obviously Virginia Tech, I feel like not enough people are talking about that game.
We're going to have the Marquez Ezard revenge game. He's going to go for 200 yards on us.
Oh, my gosh. I completely forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and we'll answer a few more of these mailbag questions a little bit later. But for right now, we have another guest coming on. Jordan, is he ready to go?
Yeah, just give me 1 second to add him. Hello?
Hello?
John, what's up, man? How you doing? This is Jordan.
What's up, Jordan? How are you?
What's going on, man? It's Marsh. What's going on? We now welcome on John from the state of the U. How long have you been with the website now, John?
Since May, I'd say.
Okay. So coming up on a year. Well, hey, man, thanks for hopping on, brother.
Of course, dude. I'll do anything for this podcast.
What's up? Love to hear it, brother. Okay, well, so let's talk some Canes, man. First week of spring practice is in the books. What is I don't know if you were there. I don't know if you got to go cover practice, but what are your thoughts about the team four practices in?
I mean, nothing new. I mean, it happens every year. Just think we'll go undefeated, It makes it great knowing that we have De'Aaron King. I mean, I'm sure that's the thought that goes through everyone's head. A true playmaker, finally. A proven Tate Martell play style, I'd say. And then just the other additions, and then who we have returned. I'm really excited for McLeod. I think McLeod's going to be very vocal, and he'll be the best player on defense. Honestly, could be. I think now he's in a position to succeed finally at Miami. Then obviously our D line, it's probably like a Clemson 2.0 from a few years ago, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't see why not. It can't be as successful, especially in the ACC. And then I don't know, man. I really believe in this wide receiver group, like what you guys said in previous podcast. I think Jeremiah Payne will be wide receiver 1 when it's all said and done. I really think someone with his size will definitely contribute and help De'Aaron. And then I don't know about you guys. I love Mike Harley. I don't know what you guys take on him, but I think Mike is a perfect slot for Miami in this new offense. So I don't know. I really think we should go undefeated with our roster and then our matchups per week.
Undefeated, bro? Come on.
Okay, realistically, that's just the Kane in me, you know. I say 11-1, man. I don't know.
We should, but are we going to? There's no chance.
Probably not, you know. We'll probably sit out here prior to the bowl game at 9 wins.
Yeah.
Put Miami stuff.
I'm going through our schedule just like there's no chance we lose this one. There's no chance we lose this one. But, you know, I mean.
There is a chance, though.
I know you're right, but that's not what being a Miami Hurricanes fan is all about. It's all about hype season, man.
Exactly.
I know.
I go through every offseason thinking it's 12-0 or bust, and it turns out it's bust every single time, I'd say.
Yeah, no.
But I don't know. I look at, like, even the away games, Michigan State, I don't know if it's just me. I'm not scared of Michigan State whatsoever. I just watched, like, every second of the combine, and I feel like there's a Michigan State player in almost every group. So they definitely lost talent, I'd say. They lost their quarterback. Don't know how productive he was there, but if he's in the combine, he definitely did something with them. So it is a away game, but
their coach too.
Mel Tucker, yeah, but I don't know how he has to get used to those players. I don't know. I think with Manny in the position we are in, with all the talent from Florida we have and just out of state, I think we should be better than them on paper. And
gosh,
I don't know, man. That's just the Kane in me. I just
getting into the whole talent argument. Oh gosh,
you know, I haven't seen every week. To be honest.
Oh,
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, and I think Marsh is too. I just think he's scared of being disappointed again, man.
I mean, I don't know if it's just me. I still think we should have been in Florida last year. They had 12 sacks and barely beat us. We had 2? I think we outplayed them. Just we were outcoached in some scenarios. But I don't know. I think we could be right there. Definitely lost to FIU and LA Tech hurt us for the Palmetto kids, which was clearly stated for Leonard Taylor. But I think if we get 11 wins, we could be right back in there. But we definitely have work to do. Definitely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
go ahead, Jordan. I'm trying to control my thoughts right now. You go ahead.
Don't let the 12-win temptation get you, Marsh.
Yeah.
Bad. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So it sounds like you're pretty in on Manny Diaz then, right? Like how do you feel about him long term? Go ahead and tell us how you felt after the season and now how you're feeling after the dust is kind of settled. So
I'm a firm believer in Manny. Since the day we got him, you can tell he's built for Miami. I'd say that's kind of cliche, but I'm really positive in Manny with how he's handled things. And I mean, last year that's just a learning year. It's the first time ever being a true coach, controlling everyone on the roster, then having to pick up where we were left off with Rick leaving out of nowhere and different stuff like that. I am sure that he knew of players that he wanted to clear out, I'd say. And I think he did some of that this year. And now that he knows what to look for in coordinators, especially on the offensive side, I really think it's hard to do worse than last year. But then again, we said that the year before hiring Enos. But I don't know. I think he is a good long-term coach, I'd say. But they just need to put it on the field, man. They need to actually get it done and not have an excuse for these silly losses we have throughout the season.
No, for sure. I mean, you said it perfectly. I mean, there just can't be excuses, man. Like I can understand like last year, like going into Florida, like I was still pissed off as hell, but like it's not the same as when you lose to FIU. Like that should never ever losing shouldn't be tolerated anyway. But
Didn't we have 3 at halftime versus FIU or something?
We lost to FIU last year?
Crazy, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But John, let me ask you this: who is this is something that came out at the end of last week that the line apparently was really improving, and this is something that I've been telling people. And obviously there's a long way to go. But how are you feeling about the offensive line? Do you think that we're gonna have like tell me your starting 5 for your offensive line, just anything about them improving, anything like that?
Well, I mean, definitely something that will help the O-line is definitely. I mean, anything to help the O-line will definitely be around. I'd say getting the ball out quicker, the quarterback's hands. I mean, I'm sure we all know that if you can get the ball out less than 2.5 seconds, that'll make your O-line look somewhat better. But I think now from the difference from last year to this year's just experience added. I mean, who knows? Zion Nelson could be the starter again, left tackle. Who knows? But I saw recently how we had John Campbell starting at left tackle, I think.
Yeah. John Campbell had a really good week in practice.
Then, yeah, I mean, I don't care who starts as long as they're definitely the best player on the field. And then I know you like him, that guy Usman.
Yeah.
The transfer. I mean, I would love to finally see a transfer lineman start. I know he missed on the guy from Butler, but I would love to see Usman start. And I don't know. One of my favorite linemen on the whole team is Ja'Kai Clark. I think that guy is a pure stud. Definitely coming out of Georgia. I think he went to what was that high school? The powerhouse in Georgia. It was
I'm not sure about the high school, but yeah, he is a Georgia product. I do know.
Yeah. I mean, he balled versus Florida State. I remember that, especially on that one screenplay. He ran like his own 40-yard dash, I'd say there. But man, I love Navon Donaldson. Hopefully this is the year he can put it together and then get some good NFL tape for himself. Because, geez, I'm pretty sure when he came to Miami, he was a high 4-star, like a really, really highly rated 4-star. And then, I mean, this is quite to the future, but he could be like a Seymour, the guy from Central now. I think we really need to land guys like that are local, that don't come around often. And definitely I think our O-line will improve with Derek King able to extend plays on his own. He's not going to be like Jaron when he just freezes when he sees the defender or he likes to throw a pick, like versus Tech,
Yeah. Oh, no, I was there. I saw.
I'll never forget that day. It was a sad day thinking we would win by 40, and then
it was hell. Hell.
Yeah, a lot of days were like that last season. A lot.
Virginia Tech, like especially because I flew down for that game. It was my birthday weekend. It was just down 28-0 in the first quarter. That was the worst. That was.
But that's what makes it worse because our defense. From watching you, we're top 10, I'd say, and when you put them in situations like that, when they have to stop a team starting at their own 40 from like silly interceptions like that, definitely fluctuates the stats in the wrong way. So I think even when Blake Baker supposedly had a bad year, I think he had a better year than people actually anticipated due to what Enos did for him in the wrong ways.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. I think Blake Baker was underrated last year.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, listen, I wasn't a fan of him at first, mainly because he didn't start Greg. I'll be honest, I was very confused. But no disrespect to Scott Patchen. I mean, he just landed at
Colorado State.
I mean, I'm happy for him. Obviously, he went there to be a playmaker for a young program. That's definitely on the up and coming. But I think Greg is top 5 either this year or next year. And I don't know. I think the fact that we have Ed Reed boosts the chance of him coming back for his senior year, no matter what year we have.
That is a very, very good point that I've never really thought of.
Huh. Yeah, I think about this stuff, Marsh. I'm telling you.
That's a good point because